Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Shivani Singh. We are tracking the latest developments from Nepal, where a massive flash flood has devastated parts of central Nepal after a sudden surge of water swept through areas along the Tibet border. At least 16 people have been killed with dozens injured, while more than 100 Indians are in fact among those reported missing. Now the flood has ravaged the Rasuwa region, damaging roads, bridges, homes and hydropower projects. Authorities are investigating whether a glacial event or avalanche on the Tibet side triggered this sudden surge. Now rescue operations are currently underway with helicopters and security forces deployed. India meanwhile has placed its rescue and relief machinery on standby as New Delhi coordinates with Kathmandu, and the big question now is what actually triggered this sudden and devastating flood, and how many people are still stranded. Well, with that, let's take a look at the detailed map view and the points on the region which have been worst hit by these floods. So let's give you an overview of what has actually happened right now in Nepal, what the flash floods, where it occurred, the region and how it's been entirely devastated. So let's track the flood path. So this is the map that we are bringing for you. Let's highlight that flood path for you. It started off at Lende Khola. So this is the particular point that we were talking to you about. This is in fact the place near the Nepal-Tibet border, and this is the Bhotekoshi river area, which has in fact swollen because of those flash floods, because of those sudden burst of water that is surging into this area. And remember that this is all elevated area, so water will flow downstream, and that's how this path has been mapped out. So first hit was Timore, then we have Rasuwa Gadi, we have Sapur Besi, we have Gorkha as well that has been devastated. All of these are in the valleys, remember, of this particular path of the flash floods. Nuwakot has been one of the worst hits. Dhading has also been one of the worst hits. Trishuli river is this area. This region also hit over here, and Chitwan. So these are primarily the areas that have been devastated because of the surge of flash floods that make their way through that particular area. So those were the regions that were in fact were hit. So let's look at how this trigger path, the initial reports, what are they suggesting, what happened, and let's take you through the sequence of events. So first, there are initial reports that there might have been an earthquake that was reported in the region. Remember that the Himalayan ranges are earthquake prone. So there might have been an earthquake which then triggered an avalanche. So there are also in fact reports coming in of glacial outbursts, and over here then the Lende river remains blocked. So these are visuals that we have gotten for you after that avalanche happened, and then the natural dams also break. So these are the images that we are getting for you. The natural dams that are built along the valley, along the route of the rivers, that were also broken and breached, and this flash flood at Bhotekoshi river, also the devastating images that are coming in, where debris from the mountains also accumulating, silt from the mountains also coming down along with that surge of river. This is in fact the downstream flash flood. So you can see that residential areas also inundated and submerged due to the flood waters. So remember that we are talking to you about a flood path and how and what might have actually triggered this. So clearly this is something that you need to remember what is happening in Nepal. Let's take that across to the experts who have joined us on this broadcast as well and discuss what can be